Hi everyone, welcome back to Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Australia. I'm Margaret and I am with the wonderful Dion, which we're very excited to have on site. And this season you're showing Dion line 2 for Fashion Week. So tell us a bit about how that differs from your main line.
Well, we've been presenting our main line internationally now for a couple of seasons, and this really seemed like an opportunity to define who the Dion Lee 2 woman is. It's a much different aesthetic to the main line. Its main line is more constructed, and line 2, I would say, is a little bit more deconstructed. It has more of a raw daytime energy. And is really about kind of mixing high and low elements together.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so who is the woman who wears line 2 for you?
We actually find that it's the same as our mainline customer. It's a more grounded product, so I find that it's the same woman.
Yeah.
It's that same woman that really is interested in something that feels intelligent and structured and sensual, but in a more informal setting.
Great. Exactly. Yeah. So your main line is like very conceptual and artistic.
Yeah, and has a bit more of a sense of formality to it, I would say.
Awesome. Yeah. So obviously you've been showing, as you said, internationally for a while now, and working with different markets overseas. But what is it about Sydney that really resonates with you in your design process?
I think it's just really important to be a part of the industry in which you live and in which you're based. We've just opened a store in Sydney in the Strand Arcade, and I just think it's really important to me to kind of for that to influence the design process. As you said, I think it's very style focused in Sydney, and I think I like the influence our lifestyle has on how we dress and how we mix different genres of dressing.
Yeah. A lot of high-low.
Yeah, and I think that's something that does really influence the collections.
Awesome. And so will we see some of that in your collection that's walking this week? What can we expect?
I think so. I think for me it's kind of, the concept is really kind of mixing together the many different genres of the brand in a unified aesthetic. All of the things I love in a way that is cohesive, I suppose.
Awesome. Yeah. And obviously you've been, wowing the Australian fashion industry for quite some time now. Do you think that you've built yourself a signature?
I think so, yeah. I think it's important to establish a signature, but then at the same time to keep kind of pushing that forward and evolving what that means. And as a designer, I think, yes, you want that level of consistency, but then you also want to feel challenged, and you also want things to feel constantly new. So it's always going to be a fine line between those two things.
And the same kind of fine line between like commercial viability and design as well. In a consumer sense, how do you feel like the Australian woman responds to both mainline and line 2?
I think the response we have is really strong. I just think it comes back to lifestyle and where does that woman wear those things. I think from a response direction, I think people really do love product that is really high with ideas and that is very technical and fabric focused. I would just say that we're kind of limited in different ways as far as how that translates to our geographic climate and to our lifestyle in a way.
Awesome. Yeah. And so just in terms of Fashion Week, what would be your best words of advice for surviving Fashion Week? Because you've done quite a few now.
I don't know. I think, it's very hard to answer.
No, it is. It's a bit loaded.
Yeah, it is quite loaded. But no, I think it's it's always good to have something to look forward to at the end. Yeah, as we were saying, a bit of a holiday or something that
I'm definitely looking forward to
that keeps you going. Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
No problem.
We'll let you get back to your studio.
Thanks.
I'm looking forward to the show.
Cool. Thanks, Margaret.
Thanks so much.